Hi everybody and welcome to The Courageous Chick. I'm Shakia Mayer, and in this video we're going to talk about Groundhog Day. Now, not the movie that came out in 93, but the Groundhog Day that we experience because of our thoughts. Now, just in case you haven't watched the movie that came out all those years ago, here's a quick recap. It's about this weatherman, Bill Murray. He plays the weatherman. He goes to this town to observe the tradition of watching the groundhog. Whether or not the groundhog will see its shadow, that'll determine how much more of winter we have, or will spring come early. And most of us want spring. We want spring to come early. We want to get rid of the coldness and the late days that start so early. But it's also all about perspective. So anyway, he does what he has to do. He goes to sleep, he wakes up, does what he has to do, goes to sleep, wakes up, and he's reliving the same day. He goes to sleep, he wakes up, he relives the same day, and it happens to him over and over and over again. And some of you are experiencing your very own Groundhog Day and you don't even realize it. You don't realize it because when you wake up, you get to decide what you will wear. And so you change your clothes, you shower, you might put on some makeup, you might do your hair. I was about to say put on a new wig. You might do your hair and you go about your day. All the while thinking you are making different decisions, but in reality, you're experiencing your very own version of Groundhog Day. Now, how is that? Well, research shows us that the average person has between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts per day. 80% of those thoughts are negative, and 95% of those thoughts are repeated from the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that. Hence, your very own Groundhog Day, with 80% of your thoughts being negative. Whew. That is a lot, right? That's a lot to take in. So how do you experience your Groundhog Day? Because the way the brain is designed, it's designed to protect us. And in doing so, it has to take shortcuts, right? If you're in this dangerous situation, you don't have hours to decide what's the best course of action. The brain is going to go to, oh, she's afraid, so this is what we're going to do. Oh, she doesn't like this, so this is how we're going to respond. It's because you have created a program in your brain. Because of the type of thoughts you have, or just in general, the thoughts you have create these neural pathways, which create patterns. And that determines the program you feed your brain, which determines, or the program rather that your brain creates, which then determines how you're going to respond in a situation. So you're likely responding the same way to situations. You're likely waking up with the same types of thoughts because we know that about 95% of your thoughts are repeated from the day before. So I want you to think about all of the thoughts that are prevalent for you. How many of those thoughts are often the same, right? You get up, you worry. How am I going to get this done? How am I going to get that done? Oh my God, I got to go to this job. I got to go to this job that I don't really like. I have to be around these people. I don't really want to be around them. Oh, I gained weight. Oh, I have to do this today. Oh my God, this person needs me. That person needs me. And you experience these thoughts on a daily basis. You wake up, you have these thoughts, you're scrolling through your social media, you get more of these worried thoughts and anxious thoughts. And because that's going on, it's really hard for you to then show up and do something differently because you're now working from the pattern that you've already set. You've already given your brain a program. And now that's the program that your brain keeps using to help you get through your day as best as it can, right? Because it's trying to be effective, but in order to create new thoughts, in order to live the life that you want, in order to do something different, you have to change the pathway. And by changing the pathway, you change the program that you give your brain, thus no longer living in a Groundhog Day. So that means you get to actually choose the thoughts you have. Now, does that mean you get to choose every single thought that you have? No. Again, if we have like 65,000 thoughts a day, there's no way you can choose every single thought. There's also no way you can turn off all of your thoughts all of the time. There's no way for you to monitor every single thought you have. And I'm not asking you to do that, but I am asking you to be more aware of the thoughts you have. I am asking you to be more effective in your decision making, which means you might have to practice some mindfulness. That's going to help you to be present. You might have to practice some reframing. That's going to help to change a lot of the negative thoughts that you have and ultimately change your mindset. And once you change your mindset, you're changing the program that you're feeding your brain. You're changing those neural pathways because now you're creating different pathways. And the brain is saying, oh, instead of freaking out because she has a project due next week, well, now she's going to not procrastinate and she's going to work on it here. And you notice that you get through your days and you feel lighter. You get through your days and you feel more productive. You get through your days and you realize all that you can accomplish and all that you can become. Why? Because your program has changed. Right? So again, when we have these thoughts and we create these neural pathways because one thought connects to the other thought because the way the brain works, again, it's based off of association. So if you have this one negative thought about the color blue and you see something blue and you have that same reaction and then you keep telling yourself how you don't like the color blue, then the brain is creating more association and more neural pathways that's going to help you to continue to not like the color blue. And that while, you're not doing anything about not liking the color blue, you're just going along with it. Now that's a silly example, but it happens in more serious situations. So if you are ready to really create the life that you want, you're not going to do that. You're not going to create a different life. You're not going to manifest all of the things that you want to manifest. You're not going to get into alignment the way that you want to if you continue to live off of the same old thought patterns from before. If you keep experiencing the same thought patterns from before, then nothing can change. Which means your situation, it's going to be, harder for it to get better because you're going to continue to operate the way that you've always been operating. You're going to continue to have those thoughts, the same thoughts that you've had, you're going to continue to have those same types of thoughts that you've been having in the past. So again, nothing will change. Again, you're living in a constant state of Groundhog Day. And we don't want to do that. Why? Because we are women on a mission. We are chicks that want to conquer our challenges and live confidently so that we can show up as leaders, so that we can show up as influencers, so that we can show up as entrepreneurs. We want to be the CEOs of our own lives. And in order to do that, you have to change your thought patterns, because if you don't, it stays the same. Right? And we know that because of the things that you tell yourself all the time, the fears that you have, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I don't know if people will listen to me. Oh, I want to step up as a leader, but I don't know if I'm ready. Oh, I don't know how they would receive me, they being everybody else, which is a different conversation, but I know you know where I'm going with this. And so you start talking yourself out of it. And now your brain is going based off of associations. So now it's going to feed you all those times where you did try and take a leap and it didn't work out. Now your brain is going to feed you all those times where you did try and speak up and maybe you choked on your words. Now your brain is going to feed you all those times you thought about starting a business before, but people told you shouldn't. You're going to replay all of those conversations. Because 95% of your thoughts are repeated thoughts from the day before. So that means most of them, they're not new. They're not new. And so you have to create new thoughts in order to create new patterns, in order to create a new mindset, which will then allow you to create a new life. The life that you want, the life that you've been dreaming about, the life that you secretly have, that you're secretly visualizing in your mind, but you're too afraid to tell anybody about. The life that you've created for yourself because of the pins you post or the pins you save on Pinterest. The life that you desperately want every time you scroll on your Instagram or your Facebook and you see other people posting all of these different things and you're saying, yo, that should be me. Well, it should be if that's what you want. And it could be. But in order to get there, in order to do that, you have to change your thoughts. Changing your thoughts, again, will help to change your mindset. And that's going to help you to change your life. It's as simple as that. Now, the idea behind it is simple, but putting it into practice, that's going to take a little work. Now, is it challenging? Yes. But is it doable? Absolutely. It's just a matter of you making that decision to change your thought patterns so that you can change your mindset and ultimately change your life and get out of this perpetual Groundhog Day state. You want to be able to actively and mindfully, so with intention, choose the type of life that you have. You want to intentionally choose the decisions that you make. But in order to do that, you have to create new thought patterns. You got to create a new way of thinking. Let me know if this made sense. Let me know whether or not you have any questions, or if you want more information on this. We can definitely dive a little deeper. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I hope that you have a courageous day, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye.